over you, right? Where is your grit? If you're looking to push forward and succeed, what is the grit that you're putting in? A lot of times, the grit and the grind that we start out with is excitement and enthusiasm. It's never really that true grit. The true grit we put in when we feel like our backs are against the wall. What happens when you use that same grit in the beginning as if your back is against the wall, when you are all excited and you have all that enthusiasm? How much more do you think that you could succeed when you start out with that grit from the very beginning? Now, keep in mind, I said many of us start out with the enthusiasm and the excitement about what we have going on. We don't really put in the grit, the grind. That hustle motor doesn't truly start until you see that things are not working out the way that you expected or anticipated, or you realize that you have to do a little more, or if you are not the one truly showing up, guess what? Certain things are not going to get done, or this thing that you are excited about may or may not happen. A lot of times people wait for that moment when your back is against the wall to grab onto some grit. I need you to grab onto the grit now. You grab onto the grit from the very beginning, the concept of the idea. Let's look at grit. Courage, strength of character, bravery, backbone, spirit, strength of will, moral fiber, nerve, fortitude, toughness, hardiness, resolve, resolution, determination, tenacity, perseverance, endurance. We can go on and on. Informal guts, spunk, all of that is grit. I need you to grab onto one of them, pick one of these words and walk it out this week. Because I do believe that some of us would get so excited, but we forget about the grit. The grit is what's going to change the enthusiasm into implementation and results. It'll change the excitement into a manifestation of something that is so grand that it can grow. So your grit, grab onto one of these words: courage, strength of character, bravery, backbone. Where's your backbone, people? Spirit, strength of will, moral fiber. That means every fiber in my body, I'm not letting it go until this thing comes to fruition. Every fiber in my body, I'm going to put forth the grit and the grind, the strength, the courage, and the strength of will to make this thing happen. Steel, nerve, fortitude, toughness, hardiness, resolve, resolution, determination, tenacity, perseverance, endurance, informal guts, and spunk. Yes, where's your grit? Start it now. Start it when you think things are pretty and it's okay. Start it when things look like they're running smooth. That's when you grab the grit. You don't grab the grit when you don't wait till your back is against the wall. When everything looks like it's flowing and it's running smooth, you've got that grit. You've got that teeth clenching, oh, make it happen kind of attitude. That's a different type of approach to how you position your brand, how you position your business, how you show up for work. When they could say, it's just something about her. It's that grit. It's that thing that, listen, it's irritating to be broke. It's irritating you to not have enough. It's irritating you to still be stuck. Get some grit, some toughness to change the situation and your circumstances. This is not to motivate you, but based on some of the conversations I had last week leading up until this week, what I believe that many of these business owners are lacking is the grit. They say they're working hard, but grit and working hard are two different things. When you have strength of will, when you have tenacity, perseverance, and courage, those are words that will that come with a certain type of mindset and character. It doesn't necessarily mean because you have strength of will, character, grit, tenacity, that you're burning the midnight oil till you're exhausted. No, it means that you are looking to create a strategy to support you and to support see, grit and grind and tenacity and strength of will and courage, backbone, has everything to do with a strategy. What is your strategy? It's not being free willy and hoping things fall into place as they please. And, hey, I'm just going to throw my cards on the table and hope one of them. No, it means that you are strategic about that move that you're about to make. You're strategic. It's a non-negotiable. Non-negotiable. Where's your grit? Many people walk around with these pretty brands. Your brand looks real pretty. Nice colors, nice words, nice videos. Oh, you've got the bells and whistles. But what's lacking is the inflow and the overflow. Pretty brands, poor pockets, negative bank accounts. I'd rather have the grit and the perseverance and the tenacity and the brand that looks like it's just still struggling, trucking along, but it is making change in the lives that I come in contact with. It's making change, more than change in my pocket, right? So when we look at the grit that you need to put forth for this project, this process, this idea, this concept, this product, your next, I want you to approach it with a different level of strength of will, approach it with a different level of courage, approach it with a different level of tenacity. Sit back at the drawing board and write down the strategy. Write down the strategy. Write down what that grit looks like. Right? That grit may look like getting a committee together. That grit may look like hiring some advisors for your board. That grit may look like going and actually making sure that all your business elements is in place. That grit may look like going to the training to get the certification so you can be up for the promotion. The grit may look like writing that letter of resignation and saying, you know what, where's my backbone? Enough is enough. That grit comes in so many different forms. And it can also give you so many different opportunities and open so many different doors. But if you're not willing, and see, here's the thing. Now, I'm not talking about willing to do the work. That's a whole nother video. But where's your grit? Because you could do the work and it just, or make it look like you're doing the work. But there's no grit to it. There's no passion. There's no teeth clenching to it. Like, this is going to get done. And it's going to get done in excellence. It's going to get done now. It's going to get done the month of March. It's going to get done by hook or by crook. This is going to get done. I am doing it right now, right? And so that grit is making a firm decision. Let's go back to our words, that you're willing to step up with courage, bravery, backbone, spirit, strength of character, strength of will, moral fiber, steel, nerve, fortitude, toughness, hardiness, a resolution, resolve, determination, some tenacity, perseverance, endurance, informal guts, some spunk. You want someone to say that she's got the grit that I'm looking for. She's got the grit to make it happen. She's got the grit. There's some people who are in positions in high places right now, and they're only there because they had the grit, not the education, not the personality. They had the grit. Their character superseded every other candidate because of the grit that they came with. Some people, you're looking like, you know what, so-and-so had no business getting promoted. That person does not. There was a level of grit. And guess what? That grit may look like just knowing they probably schmoozed with the right individuals. Doesn't necessarily mean that they're qualified. See, grit doesn't look at whether you are qualified or certified or validated. It looks at how hard are you willing to go for this thing? Some people do it the wrong way, and some people lay down to get up, right? Some people are willing to show up to glow up, right? Some people have prayed their way through. Some people have wrote the vision and made it plain. Some people have educated and invested in themselves and now using it. See, grit is not just knowing what to do, it's actually doing it. It's a big difference. Oh, I already know what to do. You know, I've been talking about this. Then why are you not doing it? There's no grit. No one wants to connect with someone who is, do you want to be a part of somebody who's building an empire and they have no grit, no backbone, no courage, no bravery, no tenacity? They can snap. They're so emotional and so fragile that they can snap. No. You want to be connected to the one who has a backbone, some grit, that you know you're going to ride hard for that individual who is riding hard for themselves. Let it be known within your networks that you are riding hard for yourself. They need to see that you've got grit for yourself. Sometimes we can have grit for everybody else. I need you to get grit for yourself. Come on now. That's it. That's it right there. Get some grit for yourself. You're able to have enough courage, strength, and everything else for everybody else. Get some grit for yourself. Yes, get some grit for yourself. Grind it out for yourself. Hustle and flow for yourself. Make it happen for yourself. You want to know why they're not paying attention? You want to know why you still seem like the best kept secret? I put out a post the other week and I said, some of us have some great products and services, but you expect people to know who you are. It don't work like that. Where's your grit to make sure that everybody who comes in contact with you knows who you are, what you do, who you do it for, and how they need to start? You got to have so much grit that you make people think about how they can help you. They feel the unction. They feel charged to find the resource to make you do what you do. Come on now. That's it right there. You want to be able to provoke people to help to figure out a way for you. You done figured out enough ways for everybody else. Get some grit so other people can figure out a way. I got to find a resource for her. I can't sleep. I know somebody's in my phone. I know so-and-so and such. They ready to go to bat for you because they see your grit. They see it. They see how hard you go, how hard in the paint you go for what you believe in. My girl Tamika Mallory today, arrested. I don't think it's the first time, not going to be the last time. Hopefully it is, right? But got arrested today real quick because she's an activist. She's out there fighting for DACA. She's out there fighting for immigrants. She got locked up. She goes so hard for it. She's not a talker. She's a walker. So you'll hear a lot. But when it's time for that grit and grind, she's not afraid to sit on that cold bench for what she believes in for other people. So she grinds just as hard for what she believes in. Some people are not willing to go to that extent for what they believe in. And then therefore they say, stay silent. You stay one of these lost dreamers, lost successors. Isn't that crazy to be successful and lost? Successful and have no impact? It is possible. There's people out there. But what about those who are making change? Changing the game. The people you see on the front line. We need you on the front line for what you believe in. What do you believe in? And how can people feel unctioned and charged to help you make it happen for you so you can help others? That's powerful. When you could change a game for other people to think about how, that's a whole nother video. But in closing, that grit word, grab some, get some, use it, walk it out. That's the difference between leaders and followers. Followers are learning how to use their grit, or followers just they like to follow those who have the grit. Leaders, I'm a leader of leaders and a teacher of teachers. That's what I am. Lucinda Cross, a leader of leaders and a teacher of teachers. I'm surrounded by leaders and teachers, and we help each other grow and support. So those who are watching, hello leader. Those who are chiming in, hello teachers, right? But the difference between those who change the game and those who watch the game happen is that grit, baby. It's all in that grit. It's all in that grit and that grind. So in closing, this is your girl Lucinda Cross, Chief Activator, President of Activate Worldwide. Yes. You can find out more information about me at lucindacross.com. Head on over to my YouTube and always check out some of those YouTube videos that I have up there. They will support you on your journey as you work on being seen, heard, looking for encouragement, looking for activations, tons of activations on the YouTube channel. It's the same thing, youtube.com/Lucinda Cross. And if you're available this Saturday, meet me in New York City live at 1 p.m. We'll be in the city for the Secure the Bag workshop, the visibility edition, or you can watch it online or watch it later. If you sign up for the online version, you can watch it later. 4 hours of training on just getting visible, being seen and being heard, and getting paid in the process. That doesn't hurt, right? So thank you so much for chiming in. Please share, like, and comment. If you have a question, always post it below. We try to get to as many questions as we possibly can. But I love you. God bless. And I'll see you next video.